So welcome if you're listening. My name is Brenda.
I'm Maria.
So and this is covers covers under covers, and I'm not okay. I'm so tired. I'm just so we're both so like our
We
brains
didn't
are like
plan this one. Yeah.
no.
But that's what makes it better because that's just like how we do things. We don't plan. Like I literally just picked my cover. Like I had one picked and then I was like, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Uh who wants to go first? Like what do we want to do?
So I guess we should say too that because there's probably going to be people that are listening that
Oh, for the
don't
first
know
time?
who we are. Because most of
Oh
the people
yeah.
that listen to us now know who we are because they follow us on Instagram or whatnot. So it really started off covers under covers was supposed to be it was a video podcast. So we are supposed to be undercovers, like we're like in bed chatting about songs, just
Mhm.
two girlfriends. So that's why it's called covers undercovers. But really, we're not undercovers a lot of times because it's hot.
We live in California. I guess should we start off by saying like
Yeah,
three fun facts about each other?
yeah,
Can we say them about each other and
sure.
not like
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that sounds fun actually.
All right.
We didn't
So
plan this, so let's see what
no,
we
we
say.
didn't. So Maria, resident big titty goth girlfriend. She is the indie expert. She I guess let's say that's all one big fact. Fact number two, um, she used to be in the mafia. She
Mhm.
left in the 90s. And then fact number three is she escaped from Soviet Russia.
Yeah,
Um, and let's throw another fact. She's actually 80 years old.
yeah, I
Yeah,
am, but
yeah.
I take a lot of CMOS, so just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding.
Actually
So,
don't.
Maria, I'll stop being annoying. Maria lives in Southern California. She's been collecting records for a long time. Her dad got her into them, right? He used to
Yeah,
collect a lot,
we had records growing up, and then yeah, my dad gave me a bunch of his jazz records. So yeah.
which we're all really jealous of
Yes.
because being handed down a collection is like top
That's
tier.
awesome.
Yeah. Let's see what else about Maria. Maria has exquisite music taste, and she also has very
Oh.
eclectic music taste, so it's not just one genre. And to quote our friend Taylor, Mother Earth on Instagram,
This is the best. Yeah,
she's
I'm
not a
not a
one genre type of
one
bitch.
genre type of bitch. Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
love that because it's true.
Yeah, it is very true. I, on the other hand, am. Just
No, you're
kidding.
not.
I'm not, but people think that I am.
You know what happens though? Like you kind of started just collecting like heavily in the last couple years, right?
The
So
last year, honestly.
okay. So
Yeah.
what happens is you kind of start buying everything that you want, like that you've listened to the most. So
Mhm.
really you start buying like what you've owned already in CD or tape. So it's going to be a lot of the same genres because you want to start that your foundational collection, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of the same stuff if you're, and then once you start buying other things, you're going to just be like more open to buying a lot of other things once you get your like your core, I think your core collection down.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then I think aside from that, I don't have a lot of classics in my collection because usually when I go shopping based on like what isn't common. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like
Exactly.
people are
I do
like,
that
how do you
too.
yeah, people are like, why do you only have like one Beatles record? And it was gifted to you. First of all, this might be a turn off, but I'm not a huge Beatles fan. That's one.
Yeah,
I do like
there's no
the White
shame in
Album.
that.
Yeah, but I can find that album anywhere I go
You're
because
right.
everyone's like constantly jacking off the Beatles.
Right.
I mean, rightfully so, but so
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, exactly. I do the same thing. Like I'll go with the intention of like, okay, I'm gonna buy this record and it's something I've had already, meaning I've had a CD or a tape and I
Yeah.
want it in my collection. But then I get, I'm like, ooh, this is shiny and new. And what is this? So
Yeah.
then that's what happens. I end up buying something I don't have, I've never had. And then I just keep not having the classics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how come I don't have this in my collection? Like, this is crazy. It happens like that all the time.
Like, I think like Saturday I went to the record store. I went to Rasputin's here in the Bay Area, and I went in just looking to find any Bauhaus record because I don't own any of their records.
I actually don't either.
And I used to see them everywhere, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I saw She and Him, and I was like, I want this one. And so I took it. I didn't steal it. I didn't just take it. I purchased this record, and I do not condone stealing from
We don't
stores.
condone stealing. Yeah.
No. Well, it depends. Just kidding. No. Anyway, yeah. So I ended up leaving with a record that I didn't even want to go in there for. I went up and I asked them. I was like, "Hey, where can I find Bauhaus?" Because it wasn't in the B section. They're like, "Oh, we have a little goth section." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So I walk over.
You're like, "Oh, you mean like little goths? Like little people
it's just
goths?"
like a baby goth album.
Baby goths.
No, and she was right. There were only like 3 records there, and I was like, okay. And then I saw She and Him, and she saw me she checked me out for She and Him. She was like, "What the fuck? These are 2 completely different genres."
I do the same thing. I got like there's one album that's kind of like where I've done that many times, where I've seen it many times when it first came out, and every time I saw it, I'm like, oh, I'll get it next time. And now it's like freaking expensive because it needs to be probably repressed or, but Anderson .Paak on Malibu, like I just kept putting off buying it. I would see it $20 all the time, right? Because it was like so many. And now it's like 60 or 70 or $80.
Damn.
Because everyone bought it up. So I'm just like, why didn't I I have to listen to like, just grab like those records that are going to be classics that just came out. So they're not going to do a repress. They're not going to do from probably like 10 years or something like that. So you're going to have to buy whatever's available.
And what about the opposite problem where you spend hella money on? That's what happened for a lot of people who bought Loveless.
And I didn't do that.
Of money. Good. I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what?
I want to.
This is a good one. I would drop $150 on this, considering it was like from decades ago.
Right.
So this would be cool, right? And then I didn't. And then like 2 months later, they were like, hey, big announcement. And people were like, either new music or they're doing another like repressing of it. And and I got it for like $30.
Yeah, I need to grab it. Because I actually don't have that as a vinyl pressing either. I don't have a vinyl of that because I have it in so many other forms. And I'm just like, I have to get that because that's like, that's really important. That's actually a really important record to have, in my opinion.
It is it's a staple album. It's like the shoegaze album.
Right.
But which I guess kind of leads us into just talking about what we're supposed to talk about, just so everyone knows pretty much. We talk about music covers. Sometimes we talk about things that aren't related to music. Actually, can we rephrase that? We talk about that all the time. For most of the episode, we go into like rants, and then like and we end up editing a lot out because it's just like, oh my god, like I went out with this one guy, and like
exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of personal stuff. Sorry. Yeah. Whatever.
But maybe we should just keep it in. Maybe we should just roll with it.
I don't mind it because, I mean, unless you're, you just say you don't want to talk about, you don't want that in the recording, then you just take it out.
Yeah, I'll just be careful. I know, but I also don't want to be that bitch that's like, oh, let me get rid of this because I regret saying that. Like, I just need to stop saying things I shouldn't say.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, because I can be really annoying.
Both of us
I won't talk this much. No, you're not annoying at all.
Yes, I am.
You talk the normal amount. Would you like to go first?
Yeah. So I was going to pick another cover today, and then I wore my broadcast shirt. And I was like, I wonder if there's any, this is a cover I didn't even know existed until today. So the song I picked today is from Tender Buttons. It's Tears in the Typing Pool. And it's only on YouTube. Actually, I think it was like on their the band's SoundCloud, but Tennis covered Broadcast Tears in the Typing Pool. And it sounds so good because I love Tennis, and she has, her voices can be actually very similar to Trish. So it's not too far off from the original. It's actually very in line and sounds like a cover, like a very, like if you hired a cover band to play a broadcast, you'd be like, oh, that sounds so good. And I wanted to talk about that song because I think last week was already like the 11th year that Trish passed away. So it was like January 13th or something, I think last year. So it's been 11 years since she passed. And I think about broadcasts like every day, probably, or at least every week. And she passed away at like almost the age I am now. She was
young.
H1. Yeah. And she was touring and she passed away from H1N1, which was the COVID back in the day, SARS or whatever. And she basically died from pneumonia of having that. And she was so young. So her death really impacted me because she was so young, even though like I loved broadcast so much. And it's just like really sad that we lost someone so talented and so young. And her voice just has this quality that I don't think anyone has right now. I'm sure someone does out there, but in terms of like popular music, I feel like Trish was like had a really special, unique voice, and I really love broadcast. So I wanted to showcase the song that I love because it's so sweet and like sad and moody. And Tennis, they did a really good job. So it's on YouTube, but it's like it's not them singing live or anything, because I think it was just like a SoundCloud version of a song at one time. So it's really good. I think you'll like it.
I'm excited too because I actually haven't heard of Tennis.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Yes. I know you know Tennis.
What are they? Can I do a quick search?
Yes, like
I'm
like 100% positive you know who Tennis is.
100%? That's a lot of percent.
Yeah, I want you to listen to a song because I'm almost positive like you have to know who Tennis is.
Hold on, let me. No, but I know they're.
Okay, Brenda, you're in for a ride.
I'm excited. Is it a female vocalist?
They're actually a husband and wife, and yes, the singer. They're amazing.
It says that they sound like. I know they're related artists. So Craft Spells, Wild Nothing, Best Coast, Real Estate, Washed Out. It's Twin Shadow. Is that?
It's just like, I guess, music that, I guess I would call them like dream pop. I don't even know. I don't like using that word dream pop, but
I think they're just saying indie pop. That's
indie.
Says.
And you will, I can't believe I thought you would have listened to Tennis. I'm just like, no, you're going to love them.
I'm honestly so not up to date with like modern indie artists.
I think you're going to love them like 100%.
I have yet to hate anything you've put me on. If I do hate something, I'll let you know.
They're like a current band that I really love. Like I always go back to them, probably weekly. I listen to them. They have, I think 3, maybe like 4 or 5 albums. I forget how many. I have 3 of them, but I know there's more.
How long have they been around?
Well, that cover, the broadcast cover, is like 10 years old, I think. Yeah. I think they actually made it. Like they probably did it when she passed, because even on YouTube, it's like 9 years old or something like that. So they've probably been around like 10 to 12 years or something like that.
Damn. Okay.
But they're great. You're going to like them.
I will check them out for sure. I also kind of geeked out when you pulled out Tender Buttons because I was just thinking about her the other day.
Yeah, just like you were
Um,
saying, like thinking about
yeah.
her, right?
Well, because she's also so um I've actually have I think I showed you I have Tender Buttons like right in front
On
of
your
my
wall.
yeah on my wall.
Yeah.
Um, because it's one of those albums and broadcasts. It's one of those bands that like I had gotten into like within the past couple of years.
Hmm.
When I started listening to shoegaze and like dream pop and like that kind of realm of music. And
Yeah.
the first song I've ever heard like from them was "Come On, Let's Go," and
Uh-huh.
it
So
was the
good.
perfect introduction. And then the one after that was "Corporeal," and I was like, "Oh my god! Like,
I
where's this
love that's
band?"
probably my first favorite song. I love that song. I
Love
don't
it.
know what that might be my very favorite broadcast song. And I feel like Tears in the Typing Pool's always I love Black Cat too.
Hmm.
And I found the F all their songs.
Yeah, they're all really good, and
Yeah.
it just makes it sadder, which is kind of ironic that
Sad.
you brought that up as your song because I guess today um, we're honoring two queens in indie, and I chose it by accident. I didn't intentionally choose a song by this artist because of you know, but today I decided I wanted to talk about a song and just a cover in general that I think is a pretty good introduction to my music taste.
Mhm.
But also just, because people are going to be listening for the first time. I chose to talk about Faye Wong's cover of Dreams,
Uh-huh.
which I thought was kind of ironic because how many days ago was it her anniversary or was it her birthday? Dolores O'Riordan's.
Um,
I have to
gosh.
let me see.
Was it
Let's look this
was
up.
it was it her birthday or her death anniversary?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, it was her. So it was actually January 15th, 2018 was the anniversary of her. So 2018 was when she passed, January 15th, and the anniversary was this year. What is that? 4 years. Wow.
Wow, that went
That was one
fast.
that was really sad for me just because, I mean, they all are sad, but she was one of the first that I know of, like, because I didn't know who, like, Trish was when she passed away. I wasn't, I don't know how old I was, like 14, 15. I don't know. Um, but there weren't really other like singers that I looked up to that had passed. And so when she passed away, it hurt. And then changing or listening to her music just it felt a lot heavier for me. So I couldn't
Yeah.
really listen to it for a while because I was just thinking about because I got sad
Yeah.
especially when you listen to her music, just their music in general, it's got like this really dreamy, nostalgic. We talked about songs that
Yeah.
kind of take us back to a time that we never experienced and we never really
Exactly.
lived. And for me, because
That's for you. Yeah.
I was like a I was born in 1996. I was very,
You weren't
very
even
young.
around when Linger came out. Like Linger came out like in
Exactly.
94, I believe, or 93.
Yeah.
That was
And
a
I
big
was
song for me because I think I was like 14 when Linger came out. So huge
yeah.
impact.
Yeah, I didn't really live through the 90s. I was very young in the 90s. And so listening to her music just kind of, I don't know, and just her voice and just how incredible she was. And um, I don't know, but I also, Faye Wong was someone I got into recently. For those of you who don't know, Faye Wong did this Cantonese cover of Dreams, and it's really close to the original, like the music itself, like the instruments, and even her voice is kind of the same, just like a
Really? I
little bit,
haven't heard
just
this.
just a little bit, and it's gonna sound different, obviously, because it's like the Cantonese version.
Right.
But she was like the indie pop. She was okay. I think I read somewhere that she was like what they call her, the diva of the 90s.
Is Faye Wong also the same person that did Cocteau Twins covers?
Yeah.
They're so
From
good.
what's that one song from Four Calendar Cafe?
Yeah. Was it
Uh,
Know Who You Are at Every Age, or
yeah, you
I
know who
think
you are
it's
at every
that.
age. Yeah, she did
Yeah,
that.
it's amazing. The funny
She's
thing is I
awesome.
didn't know that until recently, maybe in the last couple years. I was like, because nobody does Cocteau Twins covers, and I don't think that they like
Mhm.
really are for that. And I think they approved her to do it. So I didn't even know about that it existed until, I don't know, I read it somewhere. So that's
Yeah,
awesome
I
that she
actually
did
listened
Dreams
to
too.
that while I was trying to find the one that. So, can I tell you how I discovered her cover of Dreams?
How?
So there's I'm gonna insert this audio. So there's this man um who there's this YouTube video, and this is just such a it's like a random moment, but it's really funny because I'll insert it so people know exactly what I'm talking about. But I was watching a video because someone had shown it to me. This guy I dated a while ago, and he thought it was the funniest thing in the world because it's this guy driving, and there's like a fire, like a wreck on the road, and he's like, "Holy shit, piss!" And he just keeps saying, "Piss."
Holy shit! Piss!
And in the background, it's Faye Wong's cover of Dreams. And I was like, is that like, because he was like, oh, look at how funny how he says piss. And I was like, is that Dreams? But that's
It
not
doesn't, yeah,
Dolores.
you're like, it
Is
kind of
this in
sounds like it.
English? Yeah. And so that's how I found Faye Wong's cover, because I was like, oh,
That's
wow, like
awesome.
it sounds really great. But I need to include the audio of this. And for video listeners, I'm going to, so
Exactly.
you could see. But it was so funny. I don't even know why I brought this up. So
Because that's
anyway,
how you found it. That was
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's the source of your found
yeah.
what you found.
But I did come across her Cocteau Twins cover as well, and you said no one ever covers Cocteau Twins, and I was actually really curious. Like whenever someone covers it,
Like
I'm like,
formally, I meant. Like I know
yeah,
that
no,
there's like
yeah,
tons of
yeah,
YouTube videos, but I'm like, has any other artist covered Cocteau Twins? And
Miley,
that's what brought me to her one day.
yeah. Did you hear about the Miley Cyrus?
I heard it and it was, yeah, I choose not to say anything about. I try not to say
Yeah,
bad things about on air.
yeah. It was just it for
But
me.
the
It was
funny
just the
part is when
comment.
where she's
Yeah.
like, no one knows this. What did she say? No one knows this song. I'm like, girl,
Yeah. And maybe her audience doesn't.
yeah,
I think her
that's true.
audience wouldn't.
I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Right.
Which honestly, I'm fine with. Any introduction that people have, like it's fine. But I just thought it was so funny. I think of on the vinyl community, I saw, I don't know if it was like Consequence or like Pitchfork or someone
Yeah.
shared like the post, and people were like, what the fuck? Like,
I
who
saw that
is
too.
she?
I'm like, they're just like riling you up because, okay, yes, you know who that is. But it's true. Her audience probably doesn't know what song it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, no shade to Miley. That's just really funny, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I decided that that would be the cover that I picked, and it
That's a good
um,
one. And
just
also
so
she
happened
was,
to, yeah.
Faye Wong was so stylish and just
Oh
such a like
yeah.
a fashion icon, and so like she was like probably like the Angelina Jolie, that like
Mhm.
that the
The It
hype of
Girl.
her. Yeah, she was the it girl back
Yeah.
then, back and where she's from. So
Mhm.
it's amazing that, you know, that there we have these covers now to look back on and to listen to, because I honestly didn't know that until, and I didn't even know she did Dreams, but I think she does a lot of covers actually, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was really surprised by how close. Oh yeah, back to what I was gonna say. Um, with her, you know who you are, the Rage cover. I always get so curious when people cover Cocteau Twins, because it's like, what are they gonna say?
Gibberish.
Yeah.
There's like only like a couple of songs that like are true, like
Just random
real
words.
lyrics and like deep
Yeah.
lyrics. that I really like. But typically it's like Cheerios, like, like that's she's talking about Cheerios.
What is the opening of, can we read the
Of which
lyrics to
song?
Heaven or Las Vegas?
Oh
Because
my gosh.
when I think of it, I just think of California. Like, is that French? Like,
I don't know. Because it's always like words that are just put together too.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Pull him away, jealous so with me. Go there for new things there. Singing of a famous street. I want to love, I've all the wrong glory. But is it Heaven or Las Vegas? That's the one that's like complete, like everyone understands what she's saying. But you're much more brighter than the sun is to me. He's a hustler. It's a role he'll never make suit. Oh, this kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that one's probably more of the one of the songs that makes more sense. But even that, like the beginning's a little, what does that all mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they make such an impact on us, Why? Those are the questions I want to know. Like, it's the music. It's a mood. They create this mood, and it's like you can't change that feeling that it gives you. There's nothing, no other band that gives me that feeling too. So
yeah, it's like Cocteau Twins make music for like moments that would never happen. So like, I'd imagine if one day I did like a lot of an illegal substance and like climbed into a tree and then somehow ended up in Pixie Hollow with Tinkerbell and like,
right,
or like fell down in Alice in Wonderland on the hole.
Yeah,
that's the kind of music that would play.
Right. And it's like so good. Nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's nothing, there has been nothing like it since. People try to sound like that, and it just doesn't work. It's just like three of them together were magical. They had their musicianship, her voice, all of it was just so good. Like nothing is like that anymore.
No, nothing. But I mean, I don't know. She did the one song that I was really surprised that she was in. It literally blew my mind because I didn't know this. Another band that I got into later in life was or no, I don't want to say band, I guess. They're more like a
Massive Attack,
a group. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad used to watch House all the time when I was a kid. And I remember I was in the car with someone like, oh, can you play Teardrop? And I was like, okay. And so I had the aux and I just typed it in.
And you're just thinking about House, right?
Yeah. And I was like, and this person knew I was like a Cocteau Twins fan. And I was like, holy shit, this is the House song. And they're like, yeah, you know who sings this. And I was like, oh, I do. I have a lot of like dumb.
I actually just like finished watching how I got into House way later, and like just finished it in the last maybe like 6 months. And I love that show now. I started it like a few years ago. Me and Justin were in Mexico City, and I don't know, I started it there because their Netflix had it, and like they didn't have it on our Netflix or Hulu or whatever for many years up until a few years ago. So yeah, and so on Netflix, because I watched many episodes. So randomly, some episodes will have like the Massive Attack Teardrop song, and then the next episode will have like another song like that sounds like Teardrop. I don't know why. It's just like copyright issues, but it's so funny how it does that. But yeah, it's such a good song too. Like the weirdest song that I think the Cocteau Twins. I was going to do this as a cover during Christmas, but I didn't end up talking about it. They do Frosty the Snowman. Have you heard their like 2 Christmas songs? They do. It's Cocteau Twins singing Frosty the Snowman.
Like, and actually singing it or just the melody?
No, it's the song, Brenda. It's a Cocteau Twins version. It's like on a CD. There's 2 Christmas songs, but I like the Frosty the Snowman one. And it's literally like the best version of that song you'll ever hear because it's so
I'd imagine.
ethereal. It's just so pretty to hear it.
Oh my
You gotta hear
God.
it.
I need to listen to that. There's so many really weird, I don't want to say it's weird, I guess, but there's so many like unpredictable covers. You're just like, why did you do that?
It's like a plane going over. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, that's why this show can go on forever, like literally
Yeah.
forever and ever and ever.
That's why this episode could go on forever and ever because we just keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, usually what we have done in the past was we have people sort of we leave them with a prompt so we can ask for some dream covers that they have. So what we mean by that is like, what artist would you love to cover like what song? So like it doesn't have to, especially one that doesn't exist, I guess is what we're saying. Some people get it confused and they send us like actual like covers and we're like, oh, that would be so cool, and they're like, yeah, it exists, dumbass. We wouldn't know that. Yeah, that's
I had a dream cover recently and I completely forgot it. I don't know what song I wanted. I'm like upset now because I remember the artist that I want to cover the song, but I'm trying to remember the song now. So I'm gonna have to go back into my brain and remember that because I was so excited about it. I was like, yeah, and then we didn't talk about it and I forgot.
you know what would be amazing if Blood Orange did Save Your Tears by The Weeknd.
Oh,
Wouldn't
yeah.
that be
I
that would
love
be
Blood
kind of cool.
Orange.
Yeah. I was thinking about that because I was listening to Alien Love Call, the
Mhm.
song that they did with Turnover.
Yeah.
It was so good. Like
Yeah.
they put their whole, never mind. There's a meme going around about she put her pussy into that. And I'm not gonna say
Well, that sounds like RuPaul would say that because that's like a drag
Yeah.
race thing that they always say.
Yeah, I have to remember though that not a lot of people understand internet humor.
Or
So when
like drag humor,
or yeah,
RuPaul. Yeah.
like what, like the whole people don't understand that nearly everything can be traced back to like drag culture slang.
Exactly.
Like
What he says is you
bestie,
better step your
sis.
pussy up. That's what he says. You better
Yeah,
step your pussy game up or something like that.
yeah.
So
I
we understand what
freaking
that
love
means.
RuPaul. Yeah, we do. It's a mixture of like being embedded into internet culture, but also just the people that you hang out with. Because if you're just like a cis, straight, like white man, you might not understand why we're telling you that like I don't know that we can put his pussy into Save Your Tears or something, But also like they would feel really like uneasy about us even saying the word pussy.
Yeah. There's going to be some uneasiness, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
but if
what
you
it
don't like
is.
that, you probably shouldn't watch our podcast or
It's
listen
gonna be
to our podcast.
uncomfortable. Yeah, you're gonna be uncomfortable because
If you're not used to that kind of thing, I guess. Yeah. I thought when you said you had a dream cover, you hesitated a little bit after dream, and I thought you were going to tell me about a dream that you had. And I got really excited because I had a weird ass dream
what did
last
you
night.
have dream about?
I had a dream that every book I ever read would come to life, but I read
That's
a book about
cool.
like demons,
Oh
and I
no,
kept
that's
summoning
not cool.
demons, and I was like, Mom, like I was with my mom. I was like, where are you?
It's like the never-ending story.
Yeah,
Like every
yeah,
page you read, it's just like comes to life.
yeah. But anyway, it was really weird. I've been
That's
having really
scary.
weird. Yeah, I don't dream chill things. Yeah,
Is it always scary?
it's scary a lot of the times. I've really it used to be worse when I would watch X-Files before bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
noticed.
usually have dreams
Yeah.
about like drowning or like
my God.
it usually involves water. Like if it's bad. So usually they're drowning or about to drown or there's a wave coming at me, like about
Can
to
you
like
swim?
I can, but like not like greatest, like, but I can swim. Yeah. But I guess that means just like I'm afraid of, I don't know. I think it's like about stress or I don't know, but I don't have that
Yeah.
often. But when I do have scary dreams, it usually involves water or falling.
I'm not really a part of the idea that I think like our dreams like mean something in a spiritual sense.
Yeah.
I think that it could all be tied back to our subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So there could be like some, not to psychoanalyze you,
Tell me.
be some like, I don't know, like if you have like experiences surrounding water, or maybe like, I don't know, like falling. Like for
Yeah.
me, I had a dream 2 nights ago that my older sister died from a heart attack
Oh
in her sleep.
yeah.
And I was
You
like,
told me
what
about
the fuck?
that.
Why did I dream this? And I was so scared. I was like, could this mean something? And then I remembered the day before, my mom was like, oh my God, I had a dream that your sister died. And it was so
So
vivid.
she
And so
dreamt it too, and your sister. So she just put it in your
it wasn't
head.
the same. Yeah, it wasn't the same sister.
Oh, a different sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I spoke to my sister. Her name's Bianca. I spoke to her on the phone like the next day because I was just telling her about just random shit because I just call people to just be annoying. And the phone like kind of like went like dead. I was like, oh my God, she died.
It's happening.
And then she called me back. She was like, hey, sorry, call dropped. Like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bianca's the oldest
Anyway.
one?
Yeah. So Bianca, she is she's getting married in 2 months, less than 2 months actually,
Oh
a
my
month and a half.
gosh. That's exciting.
Yeah. She's getting married to her beautiful fiance that we love, who's like my fourth sister.
Yeah. That's so
Amazing.
exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm gonna
You
be
gonna
there.
have a fancy wedding?
So, no, it's like a they just really they wanted to wait for the ceremony, like the party and everything, obviously because of COVID. So it's gonna be like one of those things where they go to the courthouse and do that first. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there because obviously
Because you're her sister.
she's my sister. Yeah.
That's exciting. Did you say they were going to get married in this city, or is it somewhere near you? Like, is it going to be at the San Francisco one?
Yeah.
So beautiful
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Oh my God. I know. I'm so. Didn't you say you were gonna?
Yeah, we were looking into getting married there, and it's not expensive, but it's kind of like I think there's like only certain days, and it's depending on what part of the inside of the city hall, it can be expensive, and it can be like only an hour or something like that. So, but yeah, that's still on the table if we haven't made a decision yet still. So
Yeah, I could get ordained and I could marry you guys.
yeah, that would be fun.
Imagine.
Because actually that would be awesome because I don't have anybody. I was going to have Soraya marry us because she was ordained. So, and then she ended up like getting sick after I asked her and she said yes. And then we were like picking dates and then, then she got sick. So then I was like, oh, like I kind of like didn't know who else I would pick. So yeah, you should get ordained.
Oh my God, wait, stop.
That would be awesome. Stop. No, that would be
I was just
awesome,
kidding, but I
actually.
totally would. I would never
No.
just like, my ego isn't that big where I would just offer like out of nowhere.
No, because I would rather have someone that I know than no, Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
awesome. The only other person I know that's ordained is Justin, and he can't marry us.
No, because
We actually
kind of plays an important part.
Yeah,
in that.
it's like, do you take me? He actually married somebody. He used to be a youth pastor, and one of his students got married, and he married her. So that was cool to see him do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big responsibility.
Oh my
I think.
God. Imagine if like the first time I meet you is when I'm like marrying you. And
Exactly. I'm like, hey, what's up?
I mean, I know that sounds really weird, but we actually, to people who don't know, Maria and I, this is a crucial detail we should have mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Maria and I have never met in person. We met on
Never.
Christian Mingle. Just kidding.
Farmersonly.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about this the other day. I was going to ask you because I randomly remembered. I was like, do you remember the post that you commented on my page that how you and I met?
Yes, I remember vividly. Can I say something?
Do you really?
Yeah, can I say something?
Yeah.
So I ask you as if like I'm not going to say it anyway. But so what I used to do, so just to preface this, so Maria and I both collect vinyl, and we both would post our records on Instagram. And what I would do is I would look through certain hashtags just to like see, because I really genuinely wanted to follow more pages with my music taste because I don't know a lot about music. Genuinely, I don't know a lot of bands, and so if I were to find cool pages with like, you know, like if I saw a page that liked, you know, like Cocteau Twins or like the Cranberries, for example, that we talked about today, then I would follow them and then I would look at all of the albums that I haven't listened to that they have on their page, and that's how I would like discover new music. And I was scrolling through and I found I think I was actually I think it was it Hasta la Raíz? The one
Yeah.
Natalia, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Natalia.
and
Yeah.
I forgive my Spanish, but Natalia Lafourcade. There it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
And the reason why I liked it, I liked it and I was like, holy shit, like this girl's so cool. And I creepily like stalked her Instagram page and I was like looking at all of her records and then because that one was like from years ago, right?
I was like, well, it was probably like that year, but maybe a few months prior. I don't know.
Yeah. So I saw it and I was like, oh my God, like I am obsessed with this girl. And so I liked your picture and I commented and I was like, oh my God, this record's so cool or something like that. And then just like followed you and then you followed me back.
Yeah.
Is that what you were gonna say?
No, I was just like wondering the other day. I was like, I wonder if she remembers like how we met.
Yeah, that's how.
So basically, it's just like if you're listening and you're not on Instagram, it's just like of the vinyl community, people that silly posts, you know, just silliness. Like here's my record today. Like just like some people do it every day. I you know, during the pandemic, I was doing like joining record challenges and doing it like daily for like a month, but that was like a lot of work, like literally a lot of work.
It really is a lot of work. Some people grow their page a lot.
I mean, they have a lot of followers. So, and I know that's like why, but also for me, like listening is kind of, it's the same thing with, have you gone shopping with people in the community? Have you done that?
But I actually was going to ask you something that I thought of today.
What?
I don't want to interrupt your story though.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So I was going to say, because we obviously haven't met, but we were thinking at some point that we would meet and then, you know, like record an episode like in person together.
Yeah.
But I was thinking before we recorded the episode, we could kind of like make a trip to like a record store, maybe Amoeba or something, and not show each other what we buy and do like what's in my bag. That would be so cool.
Yeah, let's do it. That would be fun.
I love that segment.
I do too. Well, that's what I was going to say. I've only done it one time with one person that was a stranger. I've gone record shopping with somebody, and I actually haven't gone record shopping with him. So he was someone that I met, and but record shopping is really personal to me, and like it's like a one person thing, to be honest. Even when I've gone with like Ione and Justin, like I'm kind of like, scram kid, like
because people kind of just like lurk by you and just like
I don't know. So that's why I was like like I know a lot of people do meetups, and I was like, I don't know you, so I'd rather like drink coffee and like get to know this person first, and then we'll go shopping. Well, we haven't gone shopping yet because like the pandemic's gotten worse, and like I don't have a job right now. So I was like, I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money. And then I don't like going to the record store for one record either. Like, that's not how I do. That's so boring.
Yeah, me neither. No,
so I'd rather just like refrain completely than just buy one record. But so I'm
Did
just
you hear
like,
my burp? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
So I haven't really done that. I wanted to ask you if you've done that, because like it's a personal thing for me.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to. I genuinely, not to sound rude, I don't mean this in a rude way, but I do prefer being alone. So that's why if we do the thing where we kind of shop, we would literally just keep to our own devices.
Well, now you know. Yeah, I'm like, okay, bye. I'll see you. I'll see you later.
Yeah, like I don't mind when my sister goes. My sister she used to hold she was so awesome. She would hold my records while I would like shop. And then she
Yeah.
fucking dropped them once. And I was like, card revoked.
You're like, get out of
no.
here.
Yeah. She was doing me the favor of holding them. And she
Yeah.
was like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna touch my, I'm like, no, it's fine. Just don't.
Also,
Yeah.
like usually when I go record shopping, I don't typically know what I want. Like I'm not the kind of person that's like, I want to buy
Yeah.
this. Like if I know what I want to buy, I usually buy it like directly from their Bandcamp or something like that. That's how I shop when
Yeah.
it's like, but if it's like usually when I go to record stores, it's when I don't know what I want. So it's definitely
Mhm.
even more time, like 2 to 3 hours sometimes for digging and I have to be in the mood. And so
Yeah.
that's not the time I want to be chatting with somebody.
No, but
So
I don't know if this happens to you, but I won't say who, but there's someone that I would go who would come with me sometimes. And they would, I'm like looking through, and when you're like you're trying to find things like maybe like things that like someone sold to the store that you can't find
right,
anywhere else. And that's where
right.
you really need to focus. Because if you're just going really, really fast, then you could
Yeah,
easily miss something.
exactly.
And so I would, I love this person with all my heart, but this was the one thing where I was like, I don't know how to politely like say like, hey, maybe don't, because it's one of those things where I would never ever say it to them because it's just so rude and it sounds so mean. But I'll look through to find like just anything, and they'll be going through everything really fast, and then they'd say, "Oh, you like this person," or "Oh, look this," "Oh, look that," and then you have to stop, and because you can't be rude. You have to stop and be like, "Oh, nice, yeah,"
Yes,
and they would be
yes,
like, "Do you have this? What about this?" And it's like so
yes.
sweet because they're like thinking of you,
That's what
and they're
Justin
like,
does.
oh.
That's what Justin does. Don't say, yeah, just kidding. He was right
But
there.
it's like it's so
Because he
sweet.
loves
But
me and he'll be like, do you
yeah,
have this? Do you have this? And I'm just like, what? And it's like it ruined my like dig. And I'm like, what? Oh yeah. And then I look rude. I'm like,
yeah.
oh
But then
no.
I know that's where it's so, and then because you, and then you, I'm just, I can't even talk. And then, anyway,
Yeah. So yeah, that will be fun because now you know we're kind of the same shoppers. So then
yeah,
it won't be no feelings hurt. I
no,
guess you can dig with people if you're like, look, I'm here to dig. But that's the
yeah.
thing. Some people want to dig and get to know each other. And I don't want to be like, so where'd you go to school?
But like, how awkward is it? It's like first date vibes when the waiter
Exactly.
knows. The waiter knows. You don't know this person. You're awkwardly like, so how many siblings do you have? Like, what's your favorite color? And then like the person, and it's always like almost always this like person at the front desk, like at the checkout, who's like this guy. He's like 50, maybe 40. Um,
And
tight ass
he's
shirt, tight skinny jeans, low ponytail, tattoos, glasses, playing some weird like ska band or like I don't know,
yeah.
something. Um, like that nothing you've ever heard of because he's different. And he's just like, well, you know,
These people
especially if
coming
you're,
in here with their dates.
yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, these people are talking over my underground ska music."
Exactly. That's why it's just like it's a weird thing to do, but I get it. Like when once you have a friend, like if you both are
Yeah,
shop like you shop the same, I get it. But not everyone has that because some people want to chat more and some people don't, So it's just a matter of finding. But
yeah.
a lot of people do it. They do meetups. So I
I've
really
been,
don't think they're shopping. Like, are they really shopping? Maybe they have a like, hey, I'll see you later. I don't know. I don't know what
I'm
happens.
I'm always really nervous to do meetups with people. I met someone from the vinyl community, but even then I feel like I don't seem like a very friendly person sometimes.
Yeah, you
Um,
do.
to you, because you're the
Okay.
same. But like if someone were to meet me, I don't think that they would, you know, you know,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
get
like
it.
different. I don't know. I can't explain. You know.
You're so different.
No, I just ew. No, I just feel like I would have to be extra nice so people wouldn't think I'm a bitch.
Right. And
You
then
know?
then you feel like that doesn't come off as genuine.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
hi, yeah.
yeah, because I'm not, I don't know. I did meet someone from the vinyl community and he was very nice and he welcomed me into his home. And I was really, and you know, his parents like made dinner and
That's
it was
sweet.
very sweet. Yeah. And he will be on the show soon. Um,
Cool.
yeah. And you know who it is.
Yes, I do. In fact,
Yes.
I was laughing at his post today because it was about comfort. Like, did you see his like reel he did?
No,
It
I
was
haven't.
about like it was a like a TikTok type of reel where it's like, hey, I want to help you get out of your comfort zone. And it's like 3 records that you don't listen to a lot. And then he's like, but why? And it's all the Beatles.
Of course. Just to because he's gonna be on the show soon. So just to preface this person, um he is the biggest Beatles fan I have ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, probably. I obviously like, and that is a comfort, like they're a comfort
Mhm.
to me too. I notice like I'll listen to them when I like, when I miss my
Yeah.
family or my sisters because they were
Yeah.
big Beatles. So it's especially if he was like I'm sure his parents listened
Yeah.
to them a lot too. And it's like
Oh
a
yeah.
family, it's a familial like, blanket that you want to wrap yourself around.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to think of
Who that is for you.
yeah, my I have comfort songs. I don't know that I have like an artist that I actually that's a lie. That's a fat freaking lie. Sufjan Stevens is my comfort artist.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
What
kind of
about
obsessed
someone
with
that
him.
like your parents listen to that like reminds you of family?
Oh, Tears for Fears.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
Tears for
thinking.
Fears, one of my top favorite bands. I saw them when I was 16, saw them when I was 18. Um,
So good. That's
so
a good
yeah.
one because that's a
Mhm.
really good band to like get that feeling from too.
Yeah.
That like comfort.
Have you listened to their new album?
No, I haven't. Is
I
it good?
haven't either. I
Oh,
think I
okay.
listened to I think it's the Turning Point or something. That's their single. I think
Okay.
that's what it's called. Um, yeah, I mean it was pretty good. I mean, I need to listen to the whole thing, but I love them. I think they're awesome. They're touring. Good on them.
That's
But
cool.
I just remember them sounding exactly like they did
That's
on
awesome.
their CD.
That's
And
how
they
I
were like,
felt with Echo and
yeah.
the Bunnymen. I went to go see them
Oh,
and
yeah.
they sounded exactly like I was so thrilled because I had never seen them. And this is like obviously this was probably like 6 years ago now. And that's kind of still like they're kind of older now. They've been around
Hmm.
like 30 years or something crazy. So I was
Yeah.
like, you're always weirded out. Like same with Tears for Fears, I'm sure, because they've been around like 30 years or 40
Yeah.
years or something. And
Hmm.
you're like, okay, are they gonna sound like old guys playing in a bar? Like you never know. And they just sounded like so good. I was so excited that they still sounded amazing.
I mean, let's talk about The Cure because they can go on.
Oh
Their
my
concert
gosh, them
was
too.
3 hours long and
Hmm.
it was not like disappointing at
It
all.
did not disappoint. Exactly.
No,
I liked,
yeah,
I saw them at the Hollywood Bowl and just people were just like, I love seeing fans that know every single word, every
yeah,
single song, and
yeah,
just
because
like
they're
with their
like
whole heart.
legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
They
was awesome.
also, it's funny you brought up Echo and the Bunnymen because Echo and the Bunnymen and The Cure remind me of my mom.
Yeah.
She, she's a huge fan of Echo and the Bunnymen. My mom listened to, because she was like my age, maybe like a little younger in like the 80s. And
How old
like
is your mom right now?
she's in her 50s.
Okay. So
Um,
she's older than me. But
yeah,
yeah,
she
so
was,
like Echo and the
yeah,
Bunnymen, their like heyday was probably 10 years before I, like when they were really popular was in the 80s.
yeah,
And I was probably like a little kid, but then I started getting into them in like the 90s. They had already been around for like 15 years or something.
yeah. I mean, so because they were like a part of like the new wave, like
Yeah.
surge. My mom is a huge, like just my both my parents were huge like new wave like nerds. So
Yeah.
that was my main introduction to music. My mom was obsessed, I mean obsessed with the Smiths. Mexicans love Morrissey. Like
we do. We do. I mean, I don't know if
well,
I love him now,
not as
but I do love
ideology,
this. I love the
but we
Smiths.
yeah,
Yes, we do. Especially
Okay,
from
validation out.
California. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just they're great musicians, obviously, and they're like iconic, but we're not talking about Morrissey and like his ideology or anything like that. But yeah, my mom is obsessed with the Smiths, Echo and the Bunnymen, Susie, The Cure, just pretty much any like
Yeah,
new
your mom
wave.
was cool.
Yeah,
Your mom's
she
cool.
was. She does listen to like she'll like shuffle her songs and like you'll have like good music and then like I don't know, freaking Imagine Dragons will come up. I'm like, Mom, why did you do that? She's like, I like this song, the Thunder song. Thunder, come on, man. That's the kind of song that your cousin like training to go into the army would listen to, right? Have you seen that meme?
When he's at the gym.
Yeah, it's like Imagine Dragons makes music for people who want to enlist.
That is so funny and true. Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't.
Yeah. I feel bad for them. They get bullied a lot, but
I know that they're good musicians and their productions, they sound good, but I just don't, it doesn't move me because it's just like it was like everywhere. So
yeah. I mean that when that album came out, what was it called? It was their debut album. That one was big. The
yeah,
one
it
with
was.
It's Time.
Yeah. And
That
what
one,
is that other one like?
Radioactive.
Yeah. Radioactive.
Because they came onto the scene as an indie band.
Right.
Because like I remember what really blew them up was It's Time was the song that was on Perks of Being a Wallflower's trailer.
Oh yeah. What is that song? How does it go?
It's with the clapping. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That was on Perks of Being a Wallflower
It was
next to all the other cool songs.
on the trailer. Yeah, but we look back at that now and we're like, oh my God, that's embarrassing. No offense to Imagine Dragons, but come on. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't fit because you've got like
the Smiths and David Bowie and good stuff. Oh, they even have Cocteau Twins. Pearlies, Dewdrops, Drops. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What a killer soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's a
great movie. I love that movie.
The trailer. Yeah, it is a good one.
So cute.
Yeah. But anyway.
Anyways, I guess we should probably wrap it up, right?
I know. Yeah. Holy shit. How long have we been meeting for?
I don't know. I don't see it on my end.
I think an hour.
Okay.
An hour. Yeah. Well, pretty solid, I guess.
Yeah, we talked mostly about music.
Yeah. On our music podcast, we talked about what we were supposed to talk about. I'm gonna change it so there's no way I could possibly view myself because this is annoying that I keep looking at my bangs and
are you like looking at you can look at yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can too. I guess I've been trying to just look at you because I can get caught up to like being like, oh, my hair. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna probably wear my hair up so I won't like, be paranoid about it because like
it looks fine, but I've been there. I know that feeling.
Yeah, I'll look at you and I'm like, yeah. And then like when I look at myself, I'm like,
yeah, I do that. So you're like, oh God.
Like what little elves moved my bangs around when I was little. Anyway. But my dog's like trying to come in. Cool. Well, I guess we can do like let me fix myself for the last time.
This was our first episode.
Yeah, but this would essentially be like our 8th episode in general.
Yes, we've done. If you're interested, you can find us on Undercovers on Instagram for the first 7. Actually, 6 because we haven't uploaded 7 yet, right?
By the time this comes out, we'll have it up. But yeah, or if you want to look us up on YouTube, we'll be there. If you like to look at us, to see what we look like, we'll put our OnlyFans link in our pages. And if you Venmo us, my Venmo is at bpadilla1996. If you Venmo me and ask nicely, I will show you my feet. Oh my God. Anyway, this has gone on for way too long. thank you guys, and we'll see you, or you'll listen to us next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.